Hey everybody! You know how much I love to laugh, right? Well, get ready because today we're diving into a topic that's a little spicy, a little surprising, and a whole lot of fun. We're talking about those amazing women out there who just love to keep things interesting. You know the ones. They're always radiating this confident energy. We're going to uncover the weirdest things women with a high sex drive do, and trust me, some of these will have you saying, "What?" Get ready for some giggles and maybe even a few, "Oh my God, that's totally me" moments. Let's get to it. Chapter 1. Did she just say that? Unexpected conversations? Okay, picture this. You're at a brunch with your friends, sipping mimosas, and discussing the latest rom-com. The sun is shining, the food is delicious, and the conversation is flowing effortlessly. It's one of those perfect moments where everyone is relaxed and enjoying each other's company. Suddenly, your friend throws out a comment about, say, a certain adult toy she tried. The table goes silent for a split second, and then erupts into laughter and gasps. It's one of those moments that catches everyone off guard. Everyone's like, "Whoa, where did that come from?" But for women with a high sex drive, these kinds of conversations aren't weird at all. In fact, they might even be a regular part of their dialogue. They're comfortable talking about sex, even in unexpected places. It's not about shock value. It's about being open and honest with their friends. It's just a natural part of who they are. This level of comfort and confidence in discussing personal topics can be incredibly refreshing. And you know what? That kind of confidence can be contagious. When one person is open, it encourages others to share more freely as well. It's like they're giving everyone permission to be more open and honest about their own desires. This can lead to deeper connections and more meaningful conversations. Now, I'm not saying you should start discussing your fantasies at your grandma's birthday party. There's a time and place for everything, after all. But hey, a little open dialogue never hurt anyone, right? Being able to talk openly with friends can be liberating and can strengthen your bonds. So next time, don't shy away from those unexpected conversations. Chapter 2. Me Time. Talking self-care to the next level. Let's be honest, we all need a little me time, right? But for women with a high sex drive, that me time might involve a little more, shall we say, exploration. And you know what? Good for them. They're in tune with their bodies, they know what they want, and they're not afraid to go for it. It's like having a secret superpower, a little boost of happiness whenever they need it. Plus, think of all the stress relief. Who needs a massage when you can just take a little me time? I'm all about self-love and embracing your desires. So go ahead, ladies, treat yourselves. Chapter 3. Dress to impress and maybe allure a little. Have you ever noticed how some women just radiate confidence in everything they wear? Well, for women with a high sex drive, that confidence might translate into some bold fashion choices. Think plunging necklines, figure-hugging dresses, maybe a little more skin than usual. They're not afraid to embrace their sensuality and show off their assets. And you know what? I say rock it. If you've got it, flaunt it, right? Life's too short to dress boring. So go ahead, ladies. Put on that outfit that makes you feel like $1,000,000 and strut your stuff. Chapter 4. Flirting. Oh, honey, it's an art form. Now, flirting can be a delicate dance, but women with a high sex drive, they've mastered it. It's not just about batting eyelashes or a coy smile. It's an intricate performance, a symphony of subtle signals and bold moves. They're the queens of eye contact, the masters of a playful touch, the experts of a well-timed compliment. Their gaze can be both inviting and mysterious, drawing you in with a promise of something more. They know how to make someone feel special, desired, and maybe a little weak in the knees. A gentle touch on the arm, a shared laugh, or a whispered secret can make all the difference. It's like they have this magnetic energy that draws people in. Their presence lights up the room, and everyone can't help but be captivated by their charm and confidence. And the best part? It's all natural. They don't need to put on a show or pretend to be someone they're not. Their authenticity is their greatest asset. They're not trying too hard. They're just being themselves. Their genuine nature makes their flirting even more irresistible. So if you ever find yourself on the receiving end of some playful flirting from a woman with a high sex drive, just enjoy the ride, embrace the moment, and let yourself be swept away by their enchanting allure. Chapter 5. Multiple Partners. Breaking down the stigma. Okay, this one's a little more complex. We live in a society that often judges women for having multiple partners. But for some women with a high sex drive, it's not about racking up a number. It's about exploring their desires and finding connections that fulfill them. They might not be looking for a traditional relationship, and that's perfectly okay. What's important is that everyone involved is consenting, respectful, and having a good time. Let's break down these double standards and create a space where women can express their sexuality freely and without judgment. Chapter 6. Erotic Content Getting Lost in the Pages. Let's be honest, we've all stumbled across a spicy scene in a movie, or maybe even peeked at a romance novel. These moments can be thrilling, captivating, and sometimes even a bit taboo, but they also offer a unique escape from the mundane, allowing us to dive into a world of passion and fantasy. But for women with a high sex drive, erotic content can be a whole other level of enjoyment. It's not just about the thrill, it's about connecting with their desires and embracing their sexuality in a way that's both empowering and liberating. They're not afraid to explore their fantasies, get lost in a good story, and maybe even pick up a few tips and tricks along the way. Whether it's through the written word or visual storytelling, these experiences can be incredibly enriching. And hey, if it spices things up in the bedroom, why not? A little bit of inspiration can go a long way in keeping the romance alive and the connection strong. It's all about keeping the spark alive, right? Whether it's through shared experiences or individual exploration, maintaining that sense of excitement is key. So, whether it's a steamy novel, a seductive film, or even some creative online content, there's no shame in indulging in what makes you feel good. Let's celebrate women who embrace their desires and find joy in exploring their sexuality. After all, it's a beautiful part of being human, and it deserves to be honored and enjoyed. Chapter 7. Fantasy Island, Sharing Their Deepest Desires. We all have fantasies, right? Those secret scenarios that play out in our minds. But for women with a high sex drive, those fantasies might be a little more, shall we say, vivid. And they're not afraid to share them. Whether it's with a close friend, a trusted partner, or even just in the privacy of their own minds, they embrace their desires and let their imaginations run wild. It's all about exploring different sides of themselves and keeping things exciting. So, if your friend starts sharing a particularly juicy fantasy, just go with it. You never know, you might even get inspired. Chapter 8. Spontaneity. Making love in unexpected places. You know those couples who always seem to be in the mood? The ones who can turn any moment into a romantic interlude? Yeah, those are often our women with a high sex drive. They're not afraid to get a little spontaneous, a little adventurous, and maybe even a little risky. They understand that life's too short to wait for the perfect moment, so they create their own. A quickie in the kitchen before dinner? Why not? A romantic rendezvous in the back of a car? Sure. They're all about embracing the moment and making memories. Just remember, safety first, everyone. Chapter 9. Sexual Health. Knowledge is power, people. Let's talk about sexual health for a minute because it's important for everyone, but especially for women with a high sex drive. They're often more aware of their bodies, more in tune with their needs, and more proactive about taking care of their sexual health. They're not afraid to ask questions, seek out information, and advocate for their own pleasure. They understand that knowledge is power, and they're not afraid to use it. So ladies, let's all make a pact to prioritize our sexual health, get regular checkups, and never be afraid to ask for what we need. Chapter 10. Physical Touch. Speak their love language. We all crave connection, But for women with a high sex drive, physical touch is like oxygen. They thrive on hugs, kisses, cuddles, and all the good stuff in between. It's how they feel loved, appreciated, and desired. So, if you're lucky enough to have a woman like this in your life, don't be afraid to show her some affection. Hold her hand, give her a massage, surprise her with a kiss. Trust me, she'll appreciate it more than you know. And who knows, maybe you'll even spark a little fire. Well, there you have it, folks. We've explored some of the weirdest, wildest, and most wonderful things women with a high sex drive do. Remember, it's all about embracing your desires, communicating openly, and having fun. Now, I want to hear from you. What surprised you the most? Do you relate to any of these points? Head down to the comments and share your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe for more fun, relatable, and maybe even a little bit spicy content. Until next time, stay curious, stay playful, and most importantly, stay true to yourselves.